Hello and welcome to this build for a corgi, Aston Martin DB4. It's one I've had for some years. I stripped it down years ago and for some reason I thought I didn't have the bonnet for it. I thought the bonnet had been broken off, but it was complete apart from tyres, so I were hunting through my corgi ones for a corgi to do today and came up with this one. And here it is, the actual car. As I say, I thought it didn't have a bonnet. But I think what delayed me was thinking how to reattach the engine piece, because you can't drill it. And epoxy's not that brilliant, but after discovering the acrylic nail kits, one of them, the actual bond from them is solid and the material's like steel, so I've given a whiz on this, and as you see later on it does a good job. And anyway, without further ado, let's get on with it. As I said, it was drilled apart, and here are all the parts that make it up. And being a dingleberry, there's a little spring under the bonnet coming round now, the square bit at the front, and I've misplaced that during the build. God knows I put it to one side and said don't lose that, and I have. But if it turns up I can undo it and put it in. It doesn't spoil the build in any way really, as it just tensions the bonnet. And here I'm putting on some silver water salt and using a felt buffing wheel to shine up the hubcaps. I didn't really bother doing the base, stripping the paint off, as the paint's pretty good and it's nice underneath. And here we are again with some silver water salt and my buffer on another one of the wheels, buffing it up to a nice shine. On these actual flat hubs of the corgi, it only takes a matter of seconds and they're back to condition, which is on this very nice. And there we go. And here I am doing another one. Oh no, here I am putting on the tyres, sorry. I've got a set of 4 new tyres for it. And they fit lovely. And it's spot on. And next, coming up, and having a look how the wheels look, back, and here, I'm just drilling out the body posts, ready for tapping, to take the M2 screws, so I can attach the base back to the body. And there we go, drilling's done on that. And now for the engine bay parts. There's 3 screws that hold it on. And here I am starting the tapping with the engine bay first. Keeping it lubed up with oil as we go. Sometimes off the screen, sometimes on. That's the first bit done, the engine bay. And now we're doing the second bit, the actual rear of the body. Putting a bit of oil in there. And tapping. It's an M2 tap and the hole's drilled. I use a 1.7mm drill bit. And there we go. Mostly done. Undoing it. Put a bit more oil in, sorry. So I mustn't have been quite happy with the depth. And should be done now, for God's sake. What's up with you, man? There we go, done. And here we are, putting the screws in. Checking the bed home and they're nice and tight. There we are, that one's bedded home. And here we go on the next two on the body in a second. Oh no, finish off the engine one. Here we go on the body. Just putting the screws in. And here we go, here comes the caustic bath of doom. Just put the boiling water in and put the caustic in, and the water took the yellow colour of the car as it dissolved the paint, and it was quite quick, so it's not a long-winded one today. And here I'm using the wire wheel in my Dremel to take off the oxidisation and old paint. And looking at the Aston Martin's design, the old DB4s, DB5s, they were a gorgeous design. The lines were really beautiful, equalled anything that the Ferrari were doing at the time. Well, perhaps not the GTO, but there we go. We're putting some primer on. And just doing a quick dust layer of primer. Doesn't have to be used thickness. It's something between the metal and the paint when the paint goes on. And here we're doing the bonnet. Giving that a dust layer of primer. And next we go into the colour. The can run out as I were doing it, so I've not got quite as good a paint job as I liked, but I'm happy with it, it's passable. What we've always to remember, they never came absolutely perfect all the time from the factory. Anyway, they were intended as a toy and to get battered around mainly. Back then they didn't make them as collector's item. Collecting was a sideline. It's the other way around now, they're more a collector's item than a toy. And here I'm putting on clear lacquer from a rattle can. Except if you get lacquer in a can, it doesn't rattle for some reason. With lacquer, there's no ball bearing in them. And there we are, the body's being lacquered. So this one's been done totally from rattle cans. And here, I've got some Cosmic Unicorn. And just putting it in my water. It's actually a shower gel for those that didn't realise. And first of all, I sanded the screen just to get the small scratches out. I sanded the screen unit with a sponge sanding sponge. That's the initial one. Then afterwards I went on to wet and dry. Here it's still sanding. And here we come in with a wet and dry. I think it's 400s wet and dry I'm using. I could have gone down to 1200s. But it's plenty enough because I went over it with Dremel after. I did it first with some Artisol and then used my ball pole solid polish. Just because the Artisol has more tooth than my solid polish. And here I'm making a start. Oh no, I'm still wet and dry. No, I am. Sorry, I am making a start with me. There's some solval on it. And buffing the screen up with it. And here we're dipping the screen into the jar of joy, Budouche. And there we are, out again. And then it goes onto a piece of tissue to absorb the excess. And here, where the bonnet, the engines joining into the bonnet, it holds the bonnet, but there's nowhere to drill. You've not got enough depth to drill. So I'm using acrylic nail powder to hold the bonnet and engine in. Just molding over like a filler, which done a terrific job. Personally, I wish I'd used the clear powder now, but it don't matter. Once it's all assembled, it's not visible. It's one of them things that's it. So it still looks nice. Me goddamn big hand in the way. And again, I'm gradually trying to improve my camera angles, because I think I've got lighting and my image a bit better. I just need to concentrate on camera angles, etc. And trying to give a better picture. And there we are, that's it, basically drying. I'm putting the gear away. Anyway, on to the next thing. And here we're going to be doing some painting, touching in the actual painted. And on this I'm going Restoration Plus. I'm not going over the top, but I'm just doing a bit better than the factory did. With the factory mask, the silver would have stopped there on the front. It wouldn't have got the side bits of the bumper, but I painted the side bits. There's, here I'm putting in the headlamps. And also, there I'm putting the side bumper there, touching that in. And here I'm doing the rear bumper, touching it all in. And looking good. Just finishing it off there a little bit off screen. I've moved it so you can see. I'm trying to concentrate on how I frame things and me shaking. At the moment my health's improving a bit. I'm losing weight and etc. So, and my shakes seem to be getting better, so hopefully it's a thing that'll carry on, so I can give a bit better in videos and a bit better builds. And there I'm just painting in the boot handle and the boot lock, door handles, putting on the bonnet badge, door handle again, and I also did the side grills. And here I'm painting in tail lights and indicators. There I've done the side lights, here I'm doing the indicators. I'm doing the orange for the indicators. And there I put some little dab of super glue right in the middle. And here I'm sorting out the screws to go in the base. As I said, I didn't repaint the base because it didn't really need it. And here we're putting in the screws. And there we go. That's it back together there. And here I'm painting in the number plates just to give it that plus feel. And doing the rear plate. I finished the rear plates off screen so I can just steady myself a bit more, because it were a bit trickier than the other stuff. But apart from that, it's looking damn fine. Anyway, as a reminder, where we started, a player worn and battered corgi DB4, and looking rather sad for itself, and in need of a bit of TLC. 10 pints of lager and a curry. And anyway, here's where we finished. And it's looking absolutely super for itself. Looking beautiful. Anyway, if you've enjoyed watching, please subscribe. I do notice I get absolutely loads watching that haven't subscribed. All it takes is a quick click, and it'd be even greater if you press the bell icon to receive notifications of when my next videos are. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thanks to me old subscribers also. Without you, I won't keep going, I don't think. Anyway, thanks for now. Take care and see you in my next vid. Bye.